This is a very interesting episode. This is another simple soliloquy slash whatever. I'm just going to give you my thoughts on Valve discontinuing their new their paid mods and why I was against that idea, and then give you a heads up on some of the content that's going to be coming out over the next week from me. And then after that, we'll go to the main topic of this video after the cut. So, if you've been paying attention to the news, you'll realize that earlier this week, Valve declared, we're going to have paid mods. And then they decided, hey, we should, you know, after public outcry, they said, maybe we shouldn't have paid mods. And, despite the title of this video, I'm going to tell you why I feel that was a very bad idea. And, why I disagreed with paid mods. It's not for the reasons most people might think. Some people might think, you know, you're a PC gamer and you PC gamers are always getting things for free. Not really. The reason I was against paid mods is because, for all intents and purposes, like the lion's share of the money from the mods were going to Bethesda. Bethesda, y'all. Anyone who's played Bethesda games, whether they're on PC or consoles, knows that Bethesda games have major issues, and if you own them on PC, like, the only way you can really make these games playable in some cases is with the use of mods. And for a developer who is known to release broken, shoddy games that need to be patched and modded to completion in some cases, to charge people who have decided to make a game playable so that other people can enjoy it for free, that they should have fixed because it's their job, is, well, that's you've got a lot of cojones, as the Spanish called it. You've got cojones. That's what you got, cojones of steel, my friend. Steel, not brass, steel. So with that being said, Valve said, well, you know, there was an outcry, and we're walking back that program. Me personally, I have no problem paying for mods, especially if a mod is substantial. Like, if you're basically dropping a mod that's adding, like, I'd say, like, something that would be the equivalent to an expansion back in the day. So, like, if you're adding, if a game, it has like 100 hours of content, you're adding 10 to 20 hours, 10 plus hours of content to it, you should be remunerated. You should get some type of financial gain if you want to. If you want to, you could sell your mod, if you wanted to. I'm just saying. I have nothing against that. But for someone, the difference is that when someone wants to is selling a game, and the game comes out broken and has to be fixed after the fact, and other people decide, for the good of an entire community, to release files and data packets that can be used to modify the game in order to make it more playable, or to fix things that should have been fixed by the developer, then I got a problem. And that was my problem with this. You know, if Valve wants to release paid mods for their games, like Left 4 Dead, because I've played mods for Left 4 Dead 2, and some of them are downright fun. I think there was one where they changed some of the playable characters as the 4 president, so they had a dude, like, who could do really good impressions, like like 4 different presidents. They had like Bill Clinton, Obama, Jimmy Carter, and like Reagan or something like that. and that was, or no, it was Nixon, and that was funny. I mean, it was kind of like a riff off of the zombies mode from Black Ops, but I mean, it was like, you know, it was kind of, you know, it was a nice little fun little diversion. And, you know, they added new enemies and new weapons. That, I wouldn't mind paying for that. I mean, it was free, but if they said, okay, it's $10, I wouldn't mind paying for that. But, I mean, Left 4 Dead wasn't broken the day it came out. You know, there's the difference. So, that was my issue with that. But now that it's been changed, I'm glad gamers, especially PC gamers, like, hey man, that's bullshit. So yeah, the next topic is Project Yooka-Laylee. Okay then, y'all. Project Yooka-Laylee. Now, Project Yooka-Laylee is friggin' awesome. I will leave a link in the description field for a page that has an interview from Nintendo Life, from the Playtonic offices, and it shows pre-alpha footage of them making Yooka-Laylee, the game. So that's pretty friggin' awesome. The cool thing that I've taken from this interview is that basically the people, you know, they keep a very professional attitude. But basically, reading between the lines, here's what I took from it. In the mid-90s, when they were with Nintendo, they made some awesome games. And then they went to Microsoft, and they tried to make awesome games, but they grew so big. And, like, I guess Nintendo took kind of a hands-off approach. Just came in, gave them a few pointers, and then left. Whereas Microsoft, like, here's what you gotta do. You gotta meet this target demographic, blah, 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 blah. And that kind of sapped their creative juices. But Chris Sutherland, the guy, like one of the main guys at Playtonic, worked on a lot of games: Donkey Kong Country, Battletoads, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Killer Instinct. So yeah, this guy, you know, Chris Sutherland, awesome dude. And basically, Project Yooka-Laylee, the Kickstarter hasn't begun yet, but oh my god, it's beginning. So get on that. With that being said, 2 more topics left, and then we are done. Okay, this next one doesn't really have anything to do with video games, but I thought it would be just neat. Tomorrow, May 2nd, is National Free Comic Day. So, go to your local comic book store and get up to 17 free comics. And these are first come, first serve, so you might want to go early. But even if you don't go early, they might have something for you. You know, comics are kind of like a dying art, which kind of sucks because I grew up reading comics all the time. Comics, fantasy novels, and stuff like that. And before anyone says, you were a nerd, I also played a copious amount of sports. When I was in junior high school, elementary school, and high school, and even up into college, I played 4 sports a year. And I mean for the school, like I was playing tons of sports. I played volleyball, basketball, soccer, and baseball. Yep. Yeah. I was very athletic and really good shape. And then I left college and said, fuck it. But that is another story for another day. But I also read a lot of comics. A lot of fantasy novels, a lot of sci-fi, a lot of fiction, stuff like that. And, you know, comics are great. They're in some ways, they're lost visual art. And it's always good. I mean, you know, these are free. You can go to any comic book store, and there's 17 free comics that they'll just give you, which is always friggin' awesome. It's free 99, baby. So yeah, tomorrow, May 2nd, that was the ice in my drink. Is free comic day, so go get your free comics. First come, first serve. Okay then, and here's our main topic. In this video game industry, there is really one currency that is the bread and butter, the wage on which great franchises rise and fall, and that is innovation and ideas, or should I flip that? Ideas and innovation. Now, in the video game industry, we are saturated with companies and developers and publishers who refuse to put out new IPs, or are very hesitant to put out new IPs because they don't sell. They don't sell. Even established companies that we know make pretty good games have games that come out and they just do not sell. Case in point, a wonderful game came out, a year and a half ago, that basically had a whimsical premise, where characters went around using unconventional modes of locomotion, shooting enemies with colored projectiles, and it flopped spectacularly. Now, what game was this? It was Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive sold less than 500,000. Now, I don't like Microsoft. I don't support a lot of their policies, and therefore I don't buy their products, because generally speaking, when I don't support something, I don't buy the product, because, I mean, really, like, I just don't want to be a party of the madness. But I mean, even though I don't own an Xbox One, I played Sunset Overdrive, and it's a really good game. It's really good. It's inventive. It's different. It's a new take on a shooter. It's a third-person shooter. It uses different mechanics. It looks fun. It looks energetic. It's got zip. It's got pop. It's a new idea and a new innovation in gaming. And unfortunately, it wasn't nearly as supported as it should have been. And now there probably won't be a sequel. And if there is, it's going to be multi-plat on PC and everything else. And that's a shame, because, I mean, let's be frank. The Xbox One could have really used a hit. And this wasn't it, which is a damn shame, because it's a really good game. So, this year we have another colorful shooter coming out that has bright colors, interesting method of locomotion, and you shooting enemies with brightly colored projectiles, in this case, paint. And it's a new idea and a new innovation in gaming. And I feel that it's our duty as gamers, who constantly cry out for, we want innovation, we want new IPs, then we should support them. Okay? The same way that if you want things to change, you need to support new ideas and new innovations. So, for example, you know, if you don't like the way a fast food place prepares their stuff, if a new place opens up and it does things differently, support them. If you don't like, if you want new policy in where you live, support a new candidate. Well, if you want new styles of gameplay, new ideas in gameplay, and new innovations in gaming, you need to support the games. And how do you support these games? Well, you can buy them new so that the money goes to the developer, or you can buy them digitally directly from the developer themselves. Now, Splatoon is a first-party game on the Wii U. I have not yet decided if I'm going to buy it physically or digitally, but I know I will be buying Splatoon the day it comes out, either digitally or physically, and I will be uploading a picture saying, I got splatted. That's IGotSplatted. Hashtag IGotSplatted. And I'll share it on Twitter, so that everyone knows that I'm supporting new ideas and new innovations in gaming. Because God knows we need new ideas and new innovations in gaming. And while, yes, I understand that Splatoon may probably never reach the ranks of, say, a Mario or a Zelda or a Metroid or a Donkey Kong or a Mario Kart or a Smash Brothers, it is a new idea and a new innovation in gaming, and those things need to be supported or you won't see them anymore. I mean, how many awesome games had unique premises that we haven't seen? I mean, Gun, Black. Well, Black just had destructible environments, but it still was a fun game. Anyone here remember Custom Robo on the GameCube? That had 2 games, but they both underperformed. Gauntlet Legends, I haven't seen Gauntlet Legends since the GameCube. And I know Warner Brothers released that god-awful Diablo clone, but really, Gauntlet Legends. So anyway, stay tuned for our last little bit where I'll be talking about future content after the cut. Okay then, this is the conclusion and future what's going to be coming out next week. I have made 2 reviews for Age of Ultron. The first one is a spoiler-free fan review. No spoilers, just me as a Marvel fan talking about this movie. I will upload that Wednesday. But then I also have my spoiler-filled critics review of the film, which will be going up Thursday. So look forward to that. No, if you want to. No. Also, I have a surprise that's going to be shipping Tuesday, but will probably not get to my house till later, but you guys will love it if you are Link to the Past fans. That's all. That's the only hint you're going to get. Also, this is to plug, well, like the best group of gamers ever. The Gamers at Large. There will be a podcast this Sunday. I hope I can be a part of that one. I haven't been in a lot recently because life's been kicking my behind, class and relationships and life, but I'm gonna start ramping up being a part of that more often. And also, I will be doing a podcast tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll be covering all types of awesome stuff, but mostly Microsoft's, what we think Microsoft is going to be doing. That's going to be the main topic at this year's E3. We don't know. I don't know. What are you trying to say to me, Saul? I don't know what Microsoft's going to do. But it better be impressive. Murray. But, yeah. So, look forward to that. That's the upcoming. The week after that, we'll be doing Sony. The week after that, we'll be doing third parties in general on Saturday. And then the last week, well, the week after that, we'll be doing Nintendo, because it's Nintendo, baby. So look forward to that, and have a good May. It's leading up to E3. E3's a-coming. She's a-coming. She's a-coming. She's a-coming down the mountain. So look forward to that. Good night.